Hello and welcome to the space. We are doing a video about the multidimensional heart chakra. So I've actually just wrapped up recording a 75-minute multidimensional heart chakra quantum healing activation, and it is so powerful that I wanted to come on here and just give a little bit of a description to you of what we're actually doing when we're clearing our heart on a multidimensional level. So within the heart is going to be all of these unhealed and unprocessed traumas that are connected to your family, connected to your inner child, and connected to your first breakup. These four major pillars are the things that are blocking you from receiving divine love from God, Creator, Source. If you're not able to receive love purely from God, Creator, Source, that is the number one thing that's going to block your prayers and your manifestations from coming in, because guess what? You don't believe that you're worthy of the things that you're asking God, Creator, Source, Universe for. So it is imperative that you actually open up to the love of God, Creator, Source. That is the goal of our quantum healing. Now, in order to actually do that, you need to heal the major root wounds that are connected to the heart, that are connected to your paternal lineage, your maternal lineage, your inner child, and how you responded to your family and environment growing up, as well as your first breakup. So we work with things like healing abandonment, neglect, betrayal, codependency, karmic attachments. We heal separation anxiety, and we go through all the different layers and levels that are, distorting your heart from being able to receive love. What we're doing is we're essentially blasting your heart with unconditional love and releasing so much. You can kind of see all of these wounds as these dark energies or dark light in front, beside, and behind your heart. So we're not just talking inside the body, multidimensional. We're going, 2 feet out on each side, all around your heart. We're clearing the space around you, not just the space inside of you, which then impacts your quantum field, which then shifts your attraction point. So if you're releasing all of these things from your quantum field, like abandonment, codependency, neglect, the pain from your first breakup, the suffering from your childhood, not really receiving the type of love you probably needed from your parents, you're then going to open up to have so much space in your quantum field to receive so much love. You will be able to receive higher quantities of love than you've ever experienced before, which then will translate into faster and easier manifestations if they're in alignment to, God's will for you, or answers to your prayers that can come a lot faster, because you're like, okay, now that I have all these wounds from my parents gone and from my first breakup, I actually know, okay, I am worthy of God's love, 100%. Like, I should be receiving the things that I'm asking for. God wants to provide for me. God wants to replenish me. God wants me to be, receiving the things that are part of my destiny. And you might not be able to get to that point until you've cleared out all the density that is stored within you. I could tell you days ago, I was not at that point. But because of how intense my quantum healing work is, and if you've ever done quantum healing with me, whether it is one of my free pre-recorded ones like my visibility or my freedom quantum healing, or you've been in a bundle with me like the witch wound bundle, the abundance bundle, the business bundle, the soulmate client attraction bundle, or you've just grabbed a one-off healing with me, you know how powerful quantum healing is. It has such rapid results. You get physical symptoms, you get energetic symptoms, you go through a massive shift, you go through a massive purge, things come up, and it shifts the collective as well. So it is almost like this massive shift that moves through your field and moves through other people's field to facilitate massive divine change in your life. So as you're navigating these changes, as you're navigating these shifts, this type of healing is going to be able to open you up to receive pure love and be able to release things like abandonment. For example, I started recording this maybe 7 days ago, about a week ago, or a little under that. And what happened was, rapidly, I watched how my life changed. I watched how I've been able to fully, I feel like, heal abandonment in a way that would have been one of my biggest blocks to receiving love. Now I understand that I can't be abandoned by anybody or anything, because God's presence is always there. And these are revelations or, understandings that we might hear, but we don't anchor in or embody until we have this type of deep level healing where we're just like hit with like the most massive conscious activations and revelations that we could possibly experience. So the type of work that I do, of course, it's for higher level, high achievers, where you do have the ability to cope with things if it comes up. You're going to get triggered from this healing. Things will come to the surface for you to heal. It is designed to do that. It is designed to unearth things. I'm very familiar with people who will take the activations and you go through sometimes a little bit of a dark night of the soul. Sometimes I do it too. If I record like 4 or 5 healings in a small amount of time, I will go through it because I'm going through massive amounts of reconfiguration of my field at a time. So if you do take multiple quantum healings at a time, that's why things get more intense. You're going through multi-levels of clearing. So that being said, I'm going to be attaching the heart chakra, multidimensional heart chakra quantum healing below. It is only $33 right now. The price will rise to $44 in a week's time, so around April 22nd. If you are catching this in real time, this will also be part of a bigger bundle of all the multidimensional chakra healings, which will become available to you over time. There is an option to upgrade to the full bundle though already on the website, so I'm going to include that down below. This is a healing that you're going to want to have. When I've launched pre-recorded individual healings or bundles before, they're usually between 10 and 40 minutes for a healing, usually the 15-20 mark. But this one is an hour and 15 minutes. At 75 minutes, it is intense, it is deep, brings you back to God, creator, source consciousness. It is empowering. I'm going to link it down below, and I'm super excited for you to move through the journey. If you have any results from the healing as well, always feel free to send me a direct message. I love seeing how these healings impact you, both short-term and long-term results. You can also comment them in this YouTube video if you end up grabbing it afterwards and you're like, oh my goodness, that was amazing. Like, let me share. I always love to hear how you react from them. And then if you do take that healing and you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, send me a direct message and we can get things set up. I'm sending you so much love.